You are Phoenix Wright, a rookie defense attorney. You are in court, trying to prove that the defendant, 23-year-old Larry Butz, is not guilty of arson, identity theft, tax evasion, and murder. Across the aisle is the famously corrupt prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth. He brings the first witness to the stand, your childhood friend, Larry Butz.
Court is now in session.
The prosecution calls its second witness, your mother.
I never saw Phoenix commit any crime. And I never had an affair with Larry.
Mom, what?
I'm sorry?
What did you just say? I said Mom, not Larry.
What? Oh, I just meant you look like your father, but your eyes and hair are your mother's, just like your grandfather's were.
Mom, you need to get a new boyfriend.
Nah, I like this one. He's a good listener.
You ignore your mom's weird statement.
I call my next witness, the manager of the Kmart where Larry worked as a clerk.
What's your name?
I'm Chris DeLuca.
What time did you close the store last night?
I closed it at 10 o'clock.
Did you see Larry buying matches?
Yeah, he came in at 10:15 and he bought a box of 20.
Thank you, Mr. DeLuca.
Hold it!
Did the defendant have a grudge against anyone?
Not that I know of.
Well, thank you, Mr. DeLuca. The prosecution rests.
Phoenix, can I talk to you for a moment?
You follow your mother out of the courtroom and into an entryway.
Mom, do you know anything about what may have driven Larry to murder Yoshi, burn his house, steal his identity, and commit tax evasion?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
But you must know something. How did Larry even meet Yoshi?
I don't know. We were just friends.
Friends?
Yes, friends. You know how it is. Men like Larry are often drawn to other men for friendship.
I see. Did you suspect there may have been something more than a friendship going on?
If I knew there was more, I would tear this town apart to find out.
So you don't think there was?
No.
What if I could prove this was a crime motivated by love and lust?
I'd say you would better find out, because if it is true, you will have solved the most important case of your career.
Thank you, I will. Now, can I go back in now?
Yes, you may.
You steel yourself. You step back into the courtroom.
The prosecution may call its first witness.
I call Larry Butz to the stand.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Butz. This is the man you say you met 2 days before the crime?
Yes.
And you say this man, Yoshi, was your friend?
Yes.
Thank you. You may step down. Your Honor, I am here to explain that Yoshi and Larry were more than friends.
I see. How did you find this out?
I was present when the two men had their conversation. I was in the next room.
Mr. Edgeworth, you mean to say you overheard Larry and Yoshi speaking to one another?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you didn't think to mention this at the time?
It did not seem important at the time.
Your Honor, this is outrageous!
Objection overruled, Mr. Edgeworth. What did you hear the two men discussing?
The plan to burn down Kmart in order to receive a settlement payment for the fire.
Did Yoshi know that Mr. Butz intended to burn down Kmart with him still in it?
Isn't this proof that Butz wanted to frame Yoshi?
Larry, just admit why you really did it. For lust and forbidden love.
I'm telling the truth. My love was unreturned, so I set my sights on his money. I planned to rob him in order to win his heart, but Then I fell in love.
With who?
Y-O-U.
Mr. Edgeworth, the witness is loveless and insane. He's admitted it himself. His parents should have him committed.
You're in love with me, Larry.
It sounds like a bad joke.
I don't find that funny. At all.
I'm not surprised you fell in love with me. I was cute back then, remember? What is it you like about me?
I like your eyes, the way they're shaped, the color, I don't know, just that they're pretty.
Thank you.
So, what is it that you like about Butz?
He's reliable.
That's not a very impressive thing to like about someone, especially when you're supposed to be helping him in his time of need.
Shut up, Wright. I'm not in need of your help. I don't need your advice either.
Calm down, Butz.
Keep telling me what you like about me.
You're pretty, but not in an attractive way. I'd rather look at you than the average runway model.
That's nice to hear, but I thought you said you liked my eyes.
Hold it!
Edgeworth, do you have something to say?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Go on.
I was wondering if I could take a picture with you.
A picture? Sure. Why?
I want my grandchildren to see me with the person I love.
You love me too, Edgeworth?
Shut up, Wright. Of course I do.
Edgeworth pulls out his phone and snaps a picture of the two of you.
OMG, take it again. I look bad in that one.
Well, no need to fuss. Just take the picture again.
Oh, you didn't need to do that for me. That's a pretty good one.
Can't we get back to the trial?
Sorry, Your Honor. We'll set up another date then, huh?
Very well. Next week it is, Mr. Edgeworth. So, Larry, where were you on the night of the 17th?
I think I was at home. Yeah, that seems right.
Do you have anyone to verify this?
Yes, my parents.
Let's go speak to them then. Call them in, please.
I think the defendant would like to see his parents.
I call Mrs. Butz to the stand. Was Larry at home on the night of the 17th?
Yeah, he was. Do you know what time this would have been? It would have been around 9 or 10 at night.
Do you recognize this man?
Yeah, that's my son, alright. What the hell you want him for?
Objection!
Mrs. Butz, that is not your son.
It is too, Mr. Going out and getting yourself a boyfriend outside of the house. I told you not to.
Overruled.
How did she know you're my boyfriend?
I told her during my cross-examination.
I don't understand why you did that. That's privileged information.
You just admitted it in front of the entire court, Miles.
Oh yeah.
Now, may I approach the witness?
Granted.
What do you want?
Just a few more questions. Has your son been acting strange? Unusual?
We don't get much TV or the paper, so I don't know what's going on in the world, let alone in my own family.
Does the name Yoshi mean anything to you?
Never heard of him.
Your Honor, the witness has no more questions.
So even Mr. Butz's own mother didn't know about his rendezvous with the victim.
You think for a moment. You grab old-fashioned crayons and paper from the prosecution's table and begin to scribble on a piece of paper.
Members of the court, have you ever had a dream that you couldn't remember when you woke up? A memory that seemed to just slip away?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
No, I haven't.
What if the victim was merely a figment of Mr. Butz's memory? What if this entire case is based on a misunderstanding?
I think you've got something here.
I don't think Yoshi even exists. I think Yoshi is Larry Butz's imaginary friend that he concocted to make my mother jealous.
Yeah, right.
I think that this case is bunk. Free Mr. Butz. There was no victim, no tax evasion, or identity theft.
There was arson, though, but it was a mistake.
Well, that's good enough for me.
It's your case, Mr. Wright. But I got to say, I'm not convinced.
I'm from New Jersey. I was born and raised there. The smartest thing you'll do is walk away from this one.
No, there's no way this can end like this.
Maybe not, but that's how it ends for you. Just walk away, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Tell them you never meant to set the Kmart on fire, Larry.
Nope. Never mind.
The court is going to recess for 20 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back to resume this trial.
No, Larry, just admit it.
What?
Admit you did it. Admit you set the fire. If you don't, they'll execute you for it.
Are you high?
Please, Larry, for your own sake.
Oh my god. He's high.
Alright, I did it. I burned down the Kmart myself. Now stop bothering me.
I find you not guilty of murder, tax evasion, and identity theft. But I do find you guilty of arson. Your sentence is death.
What?
You're sentenced to death.
But they didn't do anything.
Objection. The fire didn't kill anyone. It just burned up a couple of hot dogs.
Sustained. Death by burning is a dangerous and cruel and unusual punishment. I won't countenance such a thing.
But I did it myself.
Nonetheless, the court finds that death by burning is cruel and unusual punishment, and therefore unconstitutional. The sentence is changed to imprisonment for the rest of your natural life.
Surely that's too harsh a punishment. Can't you think of something lighter?
The court finds that burning is a sufficiently cruel and unusual penalty. The prisoner will be executed by being burned at the stake.
Wait, what?
Objection! Stake burnings have been outlawed since 1872 at the very least. This would be a gross violation of civil rights.
Sustained. The prisoner will be jailed rather than burned.
Jailed for how long?
Until he dies. At which point, his life will be taken.
But I'll just grow old and fat in prison.
Take him away.
But Your Honor, this was a victimless crime. Give him the lighter punishment.
I'm sorry. How is this a victimless crime?
As I said, the only thing damaged were the sausages. So
I'll give leniency this time, Mr. Butz, but don't let it happen again.
How long will I be in jail for?
Until you die. But don't worry, you'll be able to get your Sudoku fix while you're in here.
Impose a shorter sentence, or I will hold you in contempt of court.
Fine. You're sentenced to 1 week in jail for destruction of private property.
That's it? That's not even the real punishment.
The trial is over. You may now go home.
The judge bangs the gavel, ending the trial of Larry Butz.
So, Miles, what day next week suits?
Fine. Next week on Thursday will do just fine. Well, I suppose this is goodbye for now.
Until Thursday, baby.
Until Thursday.
Miles leans in to give you a long, deep, French-style, passionate kissing. It's been a while since someone kissed you like that. Months, in fact. The end?